What the hell? Yo, everybody! What's going on? Yo, everybody, how you doing? What the heck? What a time to go live. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? Did you see? I was getting ready to talk about Elliott. I was getting ready to talk about Elliott, and the Eagles trade Jordan Matthews to Buffalo for Ronald Darby. Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick. I don't even know how I feel about that. Doesn't that seem like too much? Don't you think you should have gotten more for Jordan Matthews? Boy, they couldn't wait to run Jordan Matthews out of the team, out of the city. Now, did we get a third-round pick, or did they get a third-round pick? I still got my iced coffee. This is crazy crap. So Buffalo gives up Sammy Watkins to the Rams, right? Then they got a third, right? So we get Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick go to Buffalo for Ronald Darby. Now, Darby's 23 years old. From what I've seen of him, I've liked him, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure in terms of value if we overpaid, though. But I think he's way better than anything we got. You have a legit starting corner. Wow. Man, I tell you, Matt Collins must have made an impact last night. And then you got Zeke Elliott. He gets suspended. Let me just say, for all the Cowboy fans who are watching or will watch this, I think it's rotten that your guy got suspended without being convicted. I think it's wrong. I think it's bad. I don't like it. I think you should never, ever suspend somebody without being convicted. 6 games will get probably reduced to 4. Dallas is done. 7-9. Goodbye, Dallas. You're done. Now, Ronald Darby is going to be a starting corner. He is pretty good. He's pretty good. I don't know how good, in terms of value. They just shipped Jordan Matthews. Gone. Jordan Matthews is gone. Whoa, this is insane. I wish we could have somehow got Watkins back with them, because I kind of like Sammy Watkins. No, Jordan Matthews was not going to resign. This is what people who wanted him, this is what people who wanted Jordan Matthews don't understand. He was going to walk. He was going to go. You're going to lose him, so why not get a corner or get something of value? You know what I mean? I wish we could have gotten Sammy Watkins with Ronald Darby. That would have been awesome. So, Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick for Ronald Darby. What do you guys think about it? Zeke Elliott suspended 6 games. What do you guys think about it? I'm working on my Eagles day after recap. That's all I was doing. I was getting ready my recap. Because every Sunday I'll do a pregame, a postgame live, and then after I have 24 hours to relax and think about things and be logical, I'll do a recap. This is crazy day. What a crazy day. And perfect timing to go live. Perfect timing. Man, I feel good with the time. This is great. I got to tell you, I'm happy. I'm happy, even though we probably paid too much. But 23-year-old corner. So what do you guys think? Let me read some questions from you. Let's celebrate. Watch Watkins go for 1,300 yards. Hey, that's Buffalo's problem. No Philly 500. We got the third. We got the third rounder? Wait, I thought they said they got the third rounder. Well, if we got the third rounder, I really love it, okay? Because then you have 2 third-round picks, and you could get a second. But I was under the impression from what they said on TV that it was the other way around. Yeah, I'm sure we got the third. If we got the third, then I kind of like the trade. I love the trade if we got a third. But I'm not sure who got the third yet. I heard the news. Kevin, what the hell? This is crazy. It's a swap. We traded too much if they got a third. Yeah, definitely. I would say it's definitely too much. But Matt Collins with the dingbat stiff arm, boom, boom. We got something. I cannot believe what has just happened. This whole team has changed. And look, it has nothing to do with Aguilar. This has to do with Matt Collins. It's crazy. Jordan Matthews is gone. I told you guys, I said, the Eagles are going to trade for a cornerback. I told you, people laughed at me. They laughed at me. Where's the cornerback? Where's the cornerback? When are we going to get it? We got him now! Who? What? I'm so happy. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Oh, Jordan Matthews. Bills acquired Jordan Matthews and a third from... Okay, so the Eagles gave up a third. We gave up a third and Jordan Matthews. That's a lot. Wow. They must think... If you think that Darby is an elite corner, okay, he has to be an elite Pro Bowl level cornerback if you're going to trade that trade. All right, let's take your questions. I'm just so excited. I want to hear what you guys think. Matthew. Oh, my God. Why'd you trade Matthews? Because Mac Hollins is there, and they know that Jordan Matthews is going to walk, and they need a corner. Darby better be good, or else he's a waste. From what I've seen of Darby, and I haven't seen a lot of him, he's good, he's decent. I never thought or knew he was a Pro Bowl caliber corner, because he's got to be a Pro Bowl caliber corner when you give up Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick. We traded the third pick. Bad trade. It's a lot, bad movie. It's a lot to me. It's a lot for me to give up Jordan Matthews and a third. Now, I like that we got a corner, but I don't think that they should have given up so much. So, Darby, is he an elite Pro Bowl corner? That's the whole question. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm excited. This is craziness. What is happening to the NFC East? The only thing consistent is the Giants. The Giants are the only thing consistently about to go down because the Eagles got a corner. I think Jordan Matthews gone. I don't think as much as people think it will, because I think you got Mac Hollins. They like Aguilar, but now you have a corner. Like I said, I would rather have a starting corner than have Jordan Matthews and Aguilar both. I would rather have a starting corner. We need Hollins and Nelson in the slot and Jeffrey and Smith on the outside. Look, this is big time. This big time. If this don't work out, if Darby don't come in and is lights out, bye-bye Howie Roseman, bye-bye whoever else, this is big time because you put yourself on the line. You put yourself on the line. Yeah, Jordan Matthews trade. If this cornerback is that good, then do you realize, we'll say Sacred Eagle, how you doing, buddy? He started all of his 29 games, had 137 tackles, 2 interceptions. Not bad for a guy drafted 2015. We'll see how he plays. Going to need time to adjust to the system. Wow. Man, it blows me away. You guys, it blows me away. This is like, wow. I mean, Jordan Matthews, boom, gone. I knew they were going to get a corner. I knew it. Jordan was going to leave this year. Anyways, yeah, he was going to leave this year, and that's probably why Buffalo was not going to give you more. It's why you had to trade something else. Now, he gave it away 3 picks. He gave the 3rd round pick because we have 3 4th-round picks. So the Eagles figured they're going to get it. But right now, we're without a 2nd. We're without a 3rd. This guy better be lights out. I'm telling you, if he ain't lights out, we got a problem. We have a great chance to go playoffs. I'm excited, though. I got to tell you. Because from what I've seen of Darby, he's not bad. Darby better not break out like Jenkins did with... Oh, forget it, Nick. The Giants are really done. I think this may catapult the Eagles into a playoff team. I'm serious. I'm happy. This is awesome. This is awesome. I was going to come in and talk about Zeke Elliott getting suspended for 6 games. But this is better. Darby isn't bad. No, Darby isn't bad. I don't think he's bad. He's only 23 years old. He's young, too. I don't know what his contract is, but I think he was drafted in 2015, so he should have a year or 2 left. You missed Jordan Matthews already. I didn't miss Jordan Matthews. Couldn't get around the end over the linebacker yesterday. Yeah, 23, he's young. Iced coffee. I'm still trying to get caffeine and wake up. I was getting ready to do my Eagles stuff. The Bills got the... Man, I can't believe that the Eagles traded Jordan Matthews the day after. Nobody saw this coming. And Aguilar stunk last night. He stinks. But Mac Hollins, that stiff arm, boom, launched the trade, in my opinion. That stiff arm, boom, boom, launched the trade of Jordan Matthews. He's gone. Matthews is a Buffalo Bill. And Sammy Watkins is on the Rams. I wish we could have got Sammy. If we could have got Sammy Watkins and Darby, that would have been really good. McCoy and Matthews, yeah, they're together again. Mac, 10B. Mac, what a boom. Yeah, 168 view. Holy crap, that'll get me nervous. Man, I'm pumped. Dude, I'm so pumped up. I was just typing in Zeke Elliott, and then it's all breaking. Eagles trade Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick for Darby. Wow. What? I know Darby's pretty good. He was pretty good last year. Yeah, future is Ronald Darby and Sidney Jones. Good night. In a couple years, if Darby is what we think. I mean, look, if the Eagles, you know what I mean? If the Eagles are going to trade Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick, they must look at this kid as a legitimate all-pro talent at corner. If you're going to have a talent at corner like that, then let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. You think he's a Pro Bowler. You think he's that good. You don't trade Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick to Buffalo Bills for Ronald Darby unless you think he's a Pro Bowler. Now, I watched Ronald Darby a little bit last year. I watched him. He was pretty good. I didn't say, oh, man, that kid's a future, Pro Bowler, but I didn't watch a lot of Buffalo Bills games. But they must think this. This is people's asses on the line. You realize you get fired over shit like this. I'm sorry to curse, but you do. You get fired because why? Because you just gave Jordan Matthews up and a third for like nothing. Now, I knew they were going to make a trade. People laughed at me. You got traded. You guys traded Jordan Matthews? Yes, we got Jordan Matthews. Go look at Watt. What is he saying? We're dumb. I don't even know what he's talking about. If Sidney Jones comes back full strength, we will have a top 3 defense. Look, forget this year. I don't think Sidney Jones is going to play this year, especially now with Darby. But in 2 or 3 years, it could be a lockdown. It could be lockdown corners. And then you have Russell Douglas. He's there too. Maybe Matthews wasn't going to resign. He isn't going to resign. You know what I mean? He isn't going to. I don't know what Jose's talking about. Won't the Eric Rowe 4th round we got turning into a 3rd? I don't know if it turns into a 3rd. But I do know this. I do know that we don't have a 2nd round pick. We don't have a 3rd round pick. But we have 3 fourths. We need to put those 3 fourths and make it. You definitely have to make it a 2nd or 3rd. You have to get something back. You know what I mean? Darby has 2 picks, 137, 33, 2 years. Not bad. No, it's not bad at all. It's only the Eagles app and NFL Network. What are you talking about, Jose? I don't know what he's talking about. I keep missing. I have so many things coming at me at once. You understand? I can't read everything. I'm trying my best. Fuller's still... No, I don't think Fuller's in the picture at all. I don't... Look, Mills played good enough for me yesterday. Okay? He let the defender have a straight shot. I mean, Mills played good enough, and you got Darby now, and then you're going to have Sidney Jones at some point come back. So, I mean, this is insane. Mills was really good to me last night, I thought. But what do you guys think of Darby? Do you think that he's a Pro Bowler? Has anybody seen a lot of him? You know, Hollins is got to be the guy in the slot. This was a good deal. This is a lot to give up for him. They're giving up a lot. This is real crazy. I mean, I was just going to talk about Ezekiel Elliott. Wow, this is coming so quick. Eagles look like a playoff. I think the Eagles could be a playoff team now that you have a corner. It is a big upgrade at the cornerback situation. I knew that they were going to make this trade, man. I knew they had to make a trade. They had to make it. Jordan Matthews was the most logical guy to trade. You don't have the money, and you're going to have to get a corner. If you don't, look, when you go out and you sign one-year deals all around, and you're putting that much emphasis in 1 year, you can't let it get ruined by a corner. You know, the Eagles want to make the playoffs this year. Darby's Madden card is at 85. No, he's not bad. He's not bad. I don't know what his ceiling is because I haven't watched enough of him. But from what I saw, he was good. He was real good. And he's only 23 years old. I think he was drafted, Sacred Eagle, my buddy, he said 2015 he was drafted. That's not that long. That's only 2 years. He should have at least a year or two on his contract. Dude, this is insane. And I'll tell you what, the Rams, they just got Watkins and Austin. Whew, they're putting everything in. Jordan Matthews, Michael Kendrick, and a 6th-round pick for Samuel Watkins and Ronald Darby. Would you accept that? Yeah, but it's over now. You understand? The Eagles made the trade. The Eagles traded, whoever just got here, the Eagles traded Jordan Matthews and a 3rd-round pick for Ronald Darby from the Buffalo Bills. So Matthews and a 3rd to the Bills for Ronald Darby, 23-year-old corner. How do I feel about this trade? He has 2 years left. Yeah, 2 years left on his contract. I think the Eagles, here's what I think. I haven't seen enough Darby to say for sure he's going to be in a Pro Bowl type corner. But I've seen him enough to say he's pretty good. So now you're going to tell me you have him and Sidney Jones. You now have your corner set for the next. You have the corner set for the next what 5-6 years, and you got. It's a slot receiver in Matt Hollins. Ronald Darby should be first string for the Eagles, who do not have a very good cornerback. But we have a piece together. Wait, who do not have a very good receivers last room. It's going, man, this is flying so fast. I love the trade. We just got to hope Nelson and J-Matt forget Aguilar. Aguilar stinks. Aguilar did nothing yesterday. But Matt Hollins with that boom. The dingbat arm stiff, forget about it. You know what I mean? Hurry up and bring back Andy Reid. Well, this is big time. I mean, I always talk about I don't like Howie Roseman, but you got to give Howie Roseman credit. Howie Roseman makes the deals, and Howie Roseman, this is it, man. This is it. He made such a move here that if it don't work out, boom, we're in big trouble. You know what I mean? No, we did not give out a 2nd. We gave a 3rd. Mac Hollins I love Mac Hollins. I mean, the Eagles must have been blown away by Mac Hollins to trade Jordan Matthews. They probably were working on this for a while. This is unbelievable. You know what I mean? Got a notification saying we gave up Jordan Matthews for a 3rd-rounder and Ronald Darby. Yes, we gave up Matthews and a 3rd for Ronald Darby. That's what's been reported by Ian Rappaport. We gave up the 3rd-round pick, not Buffalo. Darby, Jones, and Mills. Yeah, I mean, you have your corners, your secondary is set. It is stacked. And we haven't even talked. I mean, and Elliott's gone. Elliott is going to get suspended. Even if he gets it reduced, it's 4 games. I said Dallas 7-9. It's about right. Wait, Jose. Hey, Jose, you can get mad and curse and act like a dingbat. But I'm telling you what's on TV. Now, you want to tell me what's on some app that you have? Great. But I'm telling you what's on TV. Prove me wrong. I have no problem saying, no, we got the 3rd. But that's not what they're reporting on NFL Network, and I'm looking at it on the screen. Jordan Matthews and a 3rd. Prove me wrong. Hey, look, if we gave up a 3rd and they switched it because I'm looking at 3rd, I have it paused. Let me go live. I'll go live. The way it was reported was a 3rd. I'm reading it word for word. Now I have to go back because they got the game back on. If it's the 3rd and we got the 3rd, that would be highway robbery. If we got a 3rd in Darby for Matthews, that's highway robbery. But that's not what I'm reading. It's not what it says on NFL Network. Not the one I am. Zeke and the Cowboys, the Cowboys are done. You can put a fork in the Cowboys. 4 games. Yeah, Ricky, I don't buy it. We gave up a 3rd. Yeah, that's what it says on here. It says we gave up a 3rd. So we gave up Matthews and a 3rd, according to what I'm reading on NFL Network. I know how to read. They gave saying the Eagles gave up a 3rd-round pick. So look. If we got the 3rd, great. But either way, I know Jordan Matthews is gone. Gone. You know what I mean? Jordan Matthews is gone, and that's it. So, Matthews in a 3rd for Darby. Man, big-time trade. Zeke out 6 games, but can still appeal it. He can appeal it, and he will appeal it, but even if he appeals it, it's going to be like 4 games. They're done. Dallas, forget it. I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. I think it's wrong that he got suspended, but it's done now. Dallas is done. You know what I mean? You like Tregs? I can't believe this trade. Oh my gosh. Jordan Matthews came out yesterday. He had, what, first play of the game. He looked okay. Couldn't get around end. Mac Hollins comes out with the stiff arm of dingbats. And boom. You know what I mean? That's crazy. You know what I mean? That is something unbelievable. Yeah, I think Hollins, I mean, that's the question. How much did Hollins move yesterday and the way he played make the Eagles decide to go ahead and trade Jordan Matthews? They must really not like Jordan Matthews. I mean, you know what I mean? They must really not like him to trade him. You know what I mean? Bills acquired Jordan Matthews and a third round pick from the Eagles. Man, brutal, guys. The Bills, look, Sammy Watkins was going to walk. They needed another receiver. I'm surprised that they gave up Darby. You know what I mean? Why are we getting so many Buffalo players? Because Schwartz was up in Buffalo, I guess. But look, Darby is a good corner. He's a legitimate starting corner. You understand? We have a legitimate, and he's 23 years old. Now, I don't know if he's Pro Bowl material, but he's a legitimate starting corner, guys. We got a legitimate starting corner. And Jordan Matthews in a third gone. Now, we don't have a second round pick. We don't have a third round pick. But we got Jordan Matthews. We got Jordan Matthews gone. No second, no third, and Ronald Darby. Unbelievable. The problem with, if Zeke Elliott appeals, the problem with him appealing is that the longer it takes, the more important the games could be when he gets suspended. Still get Kyle Fuller if he gets cut. Look, if he gets cut and you want to bring him in, fine. But I don't think you need Kyle Fuller now. I don't want Kyle Fuller. I want Ronald Darby. I'd rather have Ronald Darby than I'd rather have Kyle Fuller. Any day of the week. He's a good corner. And the question is, for me, is how high is this guy's ceiling? What I saw of him last year, he was good. Darby's still getting burned by Odell. Well, look, you're not going to stop somebody every play. But he's not going to cost us games. Jordan Matthews was gone. See, a lot of people like Jordan, and I like Jordan Matthews. Don't get me wrong. I do. I like Jordan Matthews. You know? I didn't care for the Jordan Matthews Wentz handshake. They should have done like a high five or something. Look, I think that Darby, if Darby is what the Eagles think he is, the Eagles are now in play for the division. With Dallas losing Zeke Elliott, I'm going to tell you, the Eagles are now a legitimate contender for the division. The Eagles got better today. As far as I'm concerned, you got better getting a corner than having Matthews and Aguilar. I like Matthews, but a corner is more important. The Eagles are now a legitimate contender to win the NFC East. The Eagles have gotten better. The Giants are sitting up there twiddling their thumbs. Dallas is collapsing. They haven't done enough sacrificing to Satan to get out of this suspension. It's all coming. It's all crashing. Truth and justice is prevailing. Alshon, Torrey, Mac, Nelson, who else? Man, I can't believe it. Bills are tanking. Look, the Bills can't be tanking if they're getting Jordan Matthews. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. He's a good receiver. He's going to be a good receiver for them. You know? Maybe the Eagles felt Aguilar improved good, but over the offseason as well as Mac Hollins. I think that the Mac Hollins play, the way he showed up, I think the way Mac Hollins showed up yesterday, honestly, I think the way Mac Hollins showed up yesterday is proof that they were going to trade Jordan Matthews all along. And I don't think it matters about Aguilar. I think Mac Hollins is your starting slot receiver. Oh my gosh, and we play the Bills next week. That's right. Whoa, we play the Bills next week. That is great. You gotta love that. Now that's drama for a preseason game you can get nowhere else. And if you can't see the game, do the free trial I've been talking about. You don't want to miss next week's game. The Bills, Sammy Watkins, it was a three-way deal. Yeah, it was a three-way deal. Man, I wish we could have gotten Sammy Watkins back. Bills lost Watkins. What free trial done on NFL Game Pass? They let you do a 7-day free trial. You can stream the preseason games live. I think we should have waited for her trade deadline to trade him. Trade deadline's like week 4 or 5. You wait that long, it's over. You need to get the corner in here now. You gotta get him in now. Does Barnett start over Curry? He's on his way. Man, wow. So Matthews is going to play the Eagles this week. Man, oh, man. Ooh, I love it. I love it. You know how crazy that is? Oh my gosh. Matthews is going to be playing against the Eagles. I hope Hicks crushes his face in. You know what I mean? Wow. The Bills have 2 picks in the first 3 rounds. We have no second round pick. We have no third round pick. Do you guys realize if we don't have, we're going to have round 1, then we have to pick against round 4. We have to make another trade and trade some of those fourths and get up a third and get a second. We got to play Jordan Matthews this week. How crazy is that? That is absolutely crazy. And the game is in Philly. Oh, man. I got to see what Jordan Matthews is going to say. My gosh. You know what I mean? Stop worrying about the draft picks. Look, you got to mention it. You got to mention it, but I'm not worried about it. Not yet. I will be. Jordan Matthews is going to come with a fury. Do you think that the first play of the game they go Matthews? Wow, that's like, they're like, look, we don't even care that much about, we don't even think that much about Jordan Matthews. We'll trade him and then play him the next week. That, you know what I mean? Is Darby any good? Yeah, Darby is good. He's a legitimate starting corner. He's only 23. The question that I have about Darby is how, you know, what is his ceiling? Is he a Pro Bowl type? I haven't seen him enough to know that. I know, though, the games I've seen him, he was good. He was very good. Okay? We'll see after takes to court. He's forget. He's suspended. Eagles have a very good chance to win. To me, the Eagles are in play. I thought the Giants were a better team, but if Darby is what I think he is, and you know, seeing Jalen Mills play the way he did yesterday, this team is a division. I think the Eagles can win the division. I think they got a chance to win the division. Wentz carrying the team with a corner, forget it. Nitro Freak, what's up, buddy? He's gone. Matthews is gone. We said it would happen. We called it. Matthews is gone. They had to make a trade. I said they're going to make a trade for corner. Don't worry. Boom. What do you got? Since Ron Brooks injured, who do you think will take his place? Rasul Douglas. Rams trying to do everything to help poor Goff. Yeah, well, look, they need Goff to be good. And look, Watkins just got to stay healthy. You know what I mean? I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. I just was serious. I was just going to come and talk about Elliott and give my thoughts really quick. You know what I mean? Goff stinks. Goff's only a second-year quarterback. We'll know. Bills are in Philly. I know. They're going to play Jordan Matthews this week. Jordan Matthews is coming to town. He's coming to town. Insane, guys. He's going to be pissed off. You think he's not pissed? Because I don't think, if you watch Jordan Matthews, I don't think he had any clue this was coming. Yeah, I put Darby on Matthews, let him go to war. You know what I mean? Carson Wentz, Carson will have 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 4,100 yards. Carson Wentz, to me, showed me yesterday he's going to be an elite quarterback, and he's going to carry this team. I believe the Eagles are now legitimately a shot to win a division. Dallas is done. You can stick a fork in Dallas. Sorry, Dallas Cowboy fans. I don't think you guys are going to be anything but 7-9. And I'm not trying to make fun at you. I'm not doing it in a joking way. I'm serious. You lost a big piece. This sucks because Jordan Matthews was our most reliable guy, but he wouldn't be able to sign him next year. We wouldn't be able to sign him. So is there anybody out there that doesn't like this trade? Is there anybody that is really upset about this? I would like to hear from you because to me, I think that they gave up too much. I think the Eagles overpaid. But I think you have to overpay to get a corner. You had to overpay, and they lose value. You're IGJ5 Johnny Blaze. You're pissed, Tom. Why are you pissed off? What don't you like about it? Philly 500, how would you feel about Matt Collins in slot? To me, Matt Collins is my starting slot guy right now. He would be my slot guy right now. I'm not gonna waste any time with Aguilar. I saw enough of Aguilar yesterday. Jordan Matthews, no years on a contract. Darby, 23 years, 2 years left. He's got 2 years left, and he's 23 years old. And you have Sidney Jones. Oh, my gosh. Do you see what this secondary could be? My gosh. Let's trade Kelce. Yes, I agree. I knew they were going to make a trade. I knew it. I called, last year I called Bradford trade. I called this trade too. Look, I know that they gave up a lot for Darby. And I think they probably overpaid and didn't get the value they could have got for Jordan Matthews. But the truth of the matter is, the truth of the matter about it is you have to overpay to get what you want sometimes. And Matthews' value is less because he's a free agent. Matt Collins did show up. You know what I mean? Darby, Jones, Mills, Russell, that's a secondary. I mean, that is a secondary. You did say the Eagles were cooking up a trade. I knew they were going to make a trade. It just makes sense. You don't do the things that the Eagles did in the offseason with these one-year deals and then just let it go up in flame with no corner. It made no sense. You had to make a trade. Otherwise, the Eagles are doing the opposite of what they worked so hard in the offseason for. I like the corners. Look, I really liked Mills yesterday. Now you're going to add Darby. You put him in there. What's up, Philly boy from Texas? Jordan Matthews got traded for Ronald Darby. How about that? Pretty crazy stuff, guys. So let's take some questions here. I've ran enough. I'm super hyped. I got coffee. I'm losing my mind. You like it? Philly boy from Texas likes it. Thanks, Brian. Some people hate it. Michael hates it. The realist feels screwed. Matt Collins is worth it all. Matt Collins, I'm telling you, when he made that stiff arm, boom, I felt the ground shake where I was. I felt it shake. And I think at that point, Howie Roseman got on the phone. What a move, Howie Roseman! What a move! Eagles better not. His butt's on the line. Yeah, I think Robinson's going to get cut. I wouldn't keep him. Yes, I called it. I told you there was a trade coming. Who's going to be our receiver? Well, look, Michael, you weren't going to have Jordan Matthews be your receiver next year. He was walking because you can't sign him and Alshon and everybody else. So he was walking. He wasn't going to be there anyways. Matt Collins, to me, is immediately my starting slot receiver. Do I think Jeffrey's going to stay? I think they're going to try. You never know what's in a guy's heart. These are fine. Time to trade Kelce. I agree. Anybody that wants Kelce, boom. Jeffrey leaving too? I don't think so. But you don't know what he's going to do. He has to make the choice. He's a free agent. He can do what he wants. We don't know what. Ray from Kuwait. You're doing. Thank you, Kuwait. Kuwait's far. Darby in number one corner. I think, yeah. I mean, he's definitely Eagles number one. Man, my man here. Johnny Blaze is upset. We gotta help Johnny Blaze. We gotta help him because he's upset. Look, Jordan Matthews was gone. You just saved your season. I'm to be honest. I had the Eagles 9-7, and I had no way the Eagles were making the playoffs with that corner. I'm not gonna lie. When I redo my final predictions, there's no way I was gonna make a playoff. Now I think they're a division team. You're going to be in contention for the Giants. You can compete with the Giants. Cowboys are done. Cowboys lost Elliott. He'll appeal. It'll go down to like 2 games, and then they're going to struggle all year. The more he fights and the longer it takes, the more important the games come when he finally gets suspended. If Dallas is smart, they try to do it quick, get to 4 games and do it and get it over with. Also, Ryan Matthews got to go. Kelce and Kendricks are next. Yeah, I think they're going to try to move them. I don't think they'll move them for anything good. I do think they'll try to get picks back, but you got no. I don't even know how to respond to that. The Eagles will probably be 7-9 this year. I don't think so. I think the Eagles were 9-7, 8-8. before this trade. Now I think you're looking at 10-6. I think you're looking at the division champions. I do. I think the Eagles can now be a division. Is there any Bills fans out there who know Darby and tell me what they think? What happened to Blunt last night? He was missing in action. They ran him very basic stuff. You know what I mean? How good is Ronald Darby as a corner? From what I've seen him, he's a solid corner. And the games I saw him play in, he was pretty good. Now, I don't know what his ceiling is. I haven't watched enough of him to know. But I can tell you that he's easily the best corner on this team by far right away. There's 2 years left on his contract, and he's 23 years old. And now you have him and you have Sidney Jones. Now, I don't play Sidney Jones this year, but next year I got 2 really good starting corners. He's small, can go up and get the ball. He's not very good. Don't be high on him. Jacob. Oh, thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jacob, for the super chat. Will cornerbacks 2 stacked when Jones gets healthy? Will cornerbacks 2 stacked when Jones gets healthy? Thank you for the super chat. That was really nice of you. Thank you. Yes, I think that they will be stacked when Jones gets healthy. I think you're going to have in 2 or 3 years, the cornerback is going to be, the secondary is going to be the strength of this team. You know what I mean? Definitely. Not anymore, Michael. We don't suck anymore. I wouldn't be high on him. That's what I'm saying. I understand, Spencer, but I can't imagine the Eagles trading Jordan Matthews and a 3rd-round pick for a guy who stinks. I mean, if that's the case, you got to fire, you got to clean the front office out. You got to clean house. What do you think is picking up Corey Graham at safety? I didn't understand it. Well, I mean, he's a backup. He's going to be mixed in all over. This changes everything. This changes everything. And, you know, I'm not going to make another prediction right now, but the Eagles may have something else up their sleeve. There may be something else up this team's sleeve. I would be happy if we got a 3rd-round pick instead of giving one away. Yeah, well, sure, I would too. But when you got a guy on a 1-year contract, the team's not going to hold him with the value he's probably worth because it's a 3rd-round pick. Why did they do this? Because Jordan Matthews was walking and he was going to leave and the Eagles needed a corner. And if the Eagles didn't get a corner, their season was going to go down the toilet. That's the truth. Darby is trash. Now you all have... Oh, we'll see if he's trash. I can't imagine even Howie Roseman, who I don't have agreements with all... I cannot imagine him and Joe Douglas just traded Jordan Matthews and a 3rd-round pick for trash. You can't convince me of that. If he did, then he's going to get fired, and he should get fired. And if Darby is bad this year, I will tell you, I will be the loudest voice for him getting fired. You know what I mean? Dingbat, we got Dingbat here. I can't believe this. And Jordan Matthews is going to play the Eagles this week. That is crazy. What a move, Howie Roseman. Darby was a 3rd cornerback for the Broncos. Darby is a 96 in Madden. That's pretty good. 96 is good. What do I think about yesterday? I thought some guys played good. I thought some guys played bad. But one thing I said after the game yesterday is I said, after this game, I'm more convinced than ever the Eagles are going to go out and get a corner. I said it, and it happened. I said it last week. I said it the week before, and people were actually saying, when are they going to make the trade? When are they going to make the trade? Like it wasn't going to happen. It happened. It happened. Doesn't change a lot. Jordan Matthews isn't a top 3 receiver on team. Darby is our number 1. Mills is our 2. Yeah, but it does change a lot because you now have somebody who can play secondary. You understand? You're not going to have to score maybe 31 points to beat everybody to win. Now you can maybe score 24 points to win. Darby is a big upgrade. Darby is a big upgrade for the Eagles. And Darby doesn't stink. I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing. I haven't seen a lot of Buffalo, so I'm not going to lie. But when I saw him, he was good. He was a little bit undersized, and he was fast. He was pretty quick. He probably meant 96 speed. All I know. Bills fans, what you're getting is Robert Woods 2.0. Man, do you think Jordan Matthews, how pissed off do you think Jordan Matthews is? I got to imagine he's pissed off. He's got to be pissed off. I can't believe this. I swear I can't believe this. I mean, I can't believe it, but I was sitting there just going to talk about Elliott for like 10 minutes. I'm getting ready to do my Eagles recap. Boom, boom! Trade Jordan Matthews, goodbye. Wow. You're hyped for next year. We need a cornerback to compete. We did. Darby is a 79 rating Madden, not 96. 79, but he's got room to go up. You know what I mean? Forget Fuller. Forget Fuller. I don't want Fuller now. I don't want him. I want Darby. Now I want to see Kelsey gone. Now I want to see. Well, Kendricks played good last night actually, but Kelsey's got to go. That interior line was bad last night. Matthews is your man. Look, I like Jordan Matthews. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good guy. But the truth is, he was not going to re-sign with the Eagles. He was not going to re-sign. That's why the Eagles also had to throw in a third. Because he's not going to guarantee to re-sign with Buffalo. You know what I mean? Matthews is a good kid, did well for us, but his ceiling isn't high enough. Yeah, it isn't high enough. Look, I think Buffalo looked at it like, we don't know if Matthews is going to even sign with us. We need a draft pick in return. And that's what they did. If the Eagles, look, to those who think that the Eagles just traded a corner for a corner, okay, anybody that thinks that that's the case, you know, I think you're wrong. I think the Eagles targeted this guy. I think that they know he's good. If they didn't think he was good and they were just getting a corner to have a corner, that would be very stupid. It would be very, very stupid, you know what I mean? But they didn't. The Eagles literally must think this guy is pretty good to give up that much. And Matt Collins with the stiff arm of dingbats, that, I'm telling you, that shook the ground. And when they did that, if Matt Collins doesn't play like that, I don't know that this trade happens. You know what I mean? I really don't. They were scouting him during the draft. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They know what they have in Darby. They have to know. You don't make this trade, and he stinks. I'm so excited. And I thank everybody who's joining. I can't believe we got a lot of people. Thank you for joining. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your questions. This is going to be Darby's third season. Give him time. He's only 23 years old. Darby's upside is this. Way higher. Look, the Eagles are paying for upside. That's what they're paying for. We are setting up a trade, a safety, because Jenkins boycott is not why the Eagles are going to trade him. Hollins is great. Hollins is my starting slot. You know what I mean? This is amazing. This is amazing trade. This is amazing. And the greatest thing about it to me is that the Buffalo Bills are coming in next week to play. Jordan Matthews gets to suit up the first time and go against his old team. How bad do you think he wants to play this game? The Bills are set up for nice. Now, the Bills weren't going to even be able to sign Watkins. Watkins must be a bust in the Bills' mind. They paid a lot for him. Blunt is a great running back. I'm a Patriots fan. Look, Blunt's good enough for us for this year. You know what I mean? That's how I'm going to miss him. Well, look, you know, we live in a time where you get attached to guys and they go. It's not like they stay here their whole career. So this trade you was talking about, this is the big trade I was talking about. The big trade was going to happen. This is it. This is even kind of bigger than I was thinking. But this is it. I said it was coming, and it's here. Today is D-Day. T-Day. Trade Day. Thank you, Colin. Well-needed trade for us. Darby's a good young cornerback. Absolutely. He's a good young corner. He's 23 years old, 2 years left on his contract. He's going to play with Sidney Jones. This is a move that the Eagles make with the plans of re-signing him, plans of, here are your secondary guys for the next 8 years. That's what they're doing. Let's get Barkley? Absolutely. You're still not, no, Gregory. The Eagles are now division contenders. They are division contenders. I think Wendell Smallwood is their best running back, honestly. Smallwood didn't even play yesterday. Smallwood didn't even play. With the moves of Jordan Matthews going to Buffalo and Darby becoming the Eagles' starting and best corner, and Zeke Elliott getting suspended for 6 games, the Eagles are now division contenders big time. Can the Eagles make it to divisionals? Yes, because the Eagles can win the division. They can get their playoff game at home and win the first round. Absolutely. The Eagles are in play. This, to me, made the Eagles a playoff team, guys. We are a legitimate playoff team. This is awesome. I mean, this is really awesome. Will corners still be a problem? Look, it may be some problems this year, especially as guys, have to adjust to it. But the truth of the matter is, our corners are set, in my opinion, for years to come. For years to come, they're set. Losing Jordan Matthews is a problem. I don't think it is a problem. I think it was necessary. I think not having a cornerback. I think having two bad corners, no corner, is worse than having Jordan Matthews back up Nelson Aguilar. Because that's what was going to happen. He was going to back up Nelson Aguilar. Everyone wanted Kyle Fuller and couldn't tie Ron Darby's shoes. I never thought that Darby was even a remote possibility. I heard people talk about him, but I didn't think he was legitimately on the block. It's a big difference. He's a lot better than Kyle Fuller. We don't need Kyle Fuller now. We don't need him. I think Mills is good enough. You know what I mean? Eagles and Packers are going to be on top in the playoff. I hope so. Should we trade Ertz and picks and get back a second? That's something that they can think about at the end of the year. Right now, I'm not trading anybody like Ertz or anybody for a draft pick. Right now, I'm going into the season with the hopes to win division. You don't make this move because you just want to compete. You make this move because you think it makes you a playoff team. You think it makes you a division champion. And that's why the Eagles did it. You know what I mean? Bills traded Watkins for a corner and didn't get... Well, the Bills did what they did, but we got a corner. So that's all I know is we increased our cornerback situation a lot. Our cornerback situation is not looking too bad right now, especially when Sidney Jones comes back. In a year or two, Sidney Jones and Darby could be one of the top tandems in the league. That's why the Eagles made this trade. Now, whether that happens or not is a different story. But that's why you make this trade, because you think that he has that potential. If he stinks, you got to fire Roseman. You got to even maybe consider Joe Douglas for not, fixing this. This is big time trade. This changes the course of the season. The Eagles still need to address defense next year. Yeah, next year. But next year, right now, we're talking about this year, I got a dingbat here. A dingbat. It's time for a timeout. You want to be a dingbat? Get in the corner like a baby. Go. You dingbat. Darby is a good, fast player and a great tackle. I like the Darby trade. I know he's a legitimate starter. I think the Eagles must feel his ceiling is like all-pro level. Has to be. You have to think that. You know what I mean? Yo, Brett, what's up, buddy? You know what I mean? This is great, guys, man. This is some big-time stuff. I mean, you guys feel this, right? I know you feel that our entire season is turned around. I know you have to believe that our season is now, has changed. We're not going to be the team that misses the playoff. I think this is a playoff team. I think this is a division-winning team because we're going to sweep the Giants. That's easy. Is Wentz elite? Yes, Wentz is going to be elite. He's not elite yet, but he will be. Nice when you put them in timeouts. You have to put the babies and the dingbats in timeouts when they act like dingbats. That's what you have to do. Thank you, Brian. We're going to beat the Giants. Well, of course we're above the Giants. I got my Sidney Jones jersey today. Wow. Sidney Jones, Darby, I think that's a good tandem. I'm curious what Howie Roseman and those guys are going to say. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do about 10 more minutes, and then we're going to go. I'll take some more questions. Then I got to go do my Eagles recap video that I was actually working on before they traded Jordan Matthews. What a move by Howie Roseman. Is Zeke going to appeal suspension? Zeke will appeal the suspension, but Zeke will not. He'll get maybe 1 or 2 games reduced. He'll go to 4 games, and that's it. Now, Jerry Jones is going to make a lot of sacrifices. He's going to get that satanic star on their helmet, and he's going to sit there and he's going to try to stop it and prevent it, but it ain't going to happen. Kendricks played good last night, definitely. Yeah. You still want that Bradley Roby? I don't want Bradley Roby, no. I'm good with what we got. I think what we got is good. Crazy, I can name our starters from offense to defense. No, I don't know anyone. Just give it time. Derek Barnett, I was not a big Derek Barnett fan when they drafted him. I was highly impressed last night. He tore it up, and I'm very proud of him, and I'm very happy and relieved. But this trade for Jordan Matthews, listen, Jordan Matthews is coming to Philly this week to play the Eagles. He's going to play the Eagles. How weird is that? That is going to look weird, seeing Jordan Matthews in a Buffalo Bills jersey. And they're going to be talking, this is high drama. This is week 2 preseason high drama. How cool is that? That is insane. And then on the same thing, Zeke Elliott gets suspended for 6 games. How quickly things change. How quickly things change. My gosh. Carson Wentz has got a chance for division. Trey Sullivan is our future say. Yeah, that guy knocked the snot out of that guy yesterday. My gosh. Man, I wonder what Andy Reid and Chip Kelly are thinking. Chip Kelly is probably thinking, I'll trade everybody. How good is Ronald Darby guy we have? I think he's a solid, good starter. He's young. He's got a high ceiling. Now, I haven't seen enough of him to tell you he's got Pro Bowl talent. He's got this. But when I watched him, and I didn't watch a lot of Buffalo, and I'll go back and I'll watch tapes, and I'll probably do something more in depth. But let me tell you, he's going to be good. How do you feel about Hollins? I love Mac Hollins. What is a dingbat? It's somebody who acts like an idiot. Mac Hollins will be a monster this year. I think so. I think so, definitely. I don't know what number. Ronald Darby should have won Rookie of the Year over Marcus Peters. Well, I can't remember for sure, but if he was even competing with Marcus Peters, forget about it, man. Forget about it. He's fast, and he's not going to get burnt. I think so. I think, look, Mills showed me enough last night. I need a drink. Thirsty. Hopefully Sidney Jones comes back. Hopefully he comes back next year. This is insane. This is insane. Jordan Matthews be singing, sitting on a dock. Jordan Matthews must be pissed off. He must be so mad right now. If I was Matthews, I would be mad. And if I was Matthews, I'd be mad. And then I get to play the Eagles next week. Oh, man. He must be so mad. He got sent to Siberia. Going to Buffalo is like going to Siberia. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you, Serpent. I was going to say Jalen Mills played really good last night. He played really, really, really good. And I think that the way he played and what he showed me last night, he can play corner for us. Now you add Darby. I don't think you need to rush Sidney Jones back. I think you let Sidney Jones sit for the year. Let him rest. And I think that the Eagles are going to have corners that aren't going to blow the games for them. I think the Eagles will definitely be a division contender now. I think it's the Eagles and the Giants. I think Dallas is on the edge of collapse. I think Jordan Matthews is mad. You know, I liked Corey Clement from what I saw. Hated that he dropped that one big pass. What's up, Phil, with this Philly to Buffalo trade pipeline? Yeah, I mean they got good connections there. You know what I mean? I think Jalen Mills was good last night. Yeah. If Aguilar takes Matthews' spot, I'm going to be pissed, Spunky. Well, I think they're going to try to put him in there first, but I think obviously Mac Hollins is going to get that, and he should. That when you see that stiff arm, right? When you look at that stiff arm that Hollins put on that guy last night, when you see those two stiff arms, that was the time when the trade was going to happen. I felt the ground shake. It was that big. Hollins' stiff arm caused Jordan Matthews to get traded. Will this put Mills at odd man out of Sidney Jones? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that there'll be somewhere for Mills to play. I don't know. I mean, Personally, I always thought Mills would be a great safety. I mean, I don't know if they think that, but I think Mills, Sidney Jones. Look, if you have too many corners, and in the future you have too many corners, that's your problem. So be it. So be it. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you need always keep as many corners as you can get. Why Jordan? Why Jordan? If that was once official weapon, and you seen it yesterday. I didn't see Jordan Matthews be Wentz's official weapon yesterday. I saw Jordan Matthews couldn't get around the end because he was too slow. Look, Jordan Matthews is walking. Jordan Matthews is going to leave at the end of the year. That's just the way it is. You know, he was going to leave at the end of the year. And you're not going to get anything for him. So you had to do something. You don't, look, here's the thing people don't understand. You don't go out and sign one-year contracts all around the board. And then just let your cornerback position be so bad that you let the whole thing go blown up and burn down. You have to save. The Eagles had to save their plans. They had to save what they were trying to do all year. They had to save it by going out and get a corner. That's why I said that they would get a corner. I have videos saying the Eagles are going to go get a corner. It will happen. It happened. You're not signing Matthews over Alshon Jeffrey. Not one team would. No, you're not. You're not going to sign him. Still, there's other guys you have to sign too. What I saw about Nathan Gary or Jerry, I always say it wrong. I liked him. I thought he was good. What's with us stripping the Bills Steve all-the-time players? It has to be Schwartz connection. I assume that this is all about, you know, Jim Schwartz. It has to be, right? It has to be about Jim Schwartz. I truly believe they will bring Sidney Jones back halfway through the season. Yeah, they may code, but I'm hoping that this trade will allow them not to. I don't want Sidney Jones to play because I just want to make sure he's healthy. I want to make sure he's healthy. Yeah, Watkins to the Rams. Well, I think Watkins is the last year of his contract. Do you think Matt Hollins will start this year? I do. I think Matt Hollins will be your slot receiver. Look, for all the talk about Jordan Matthews yesterday, think about all the talk we heard about Jordan Matthews. I mean, not Jordan, I mean Nelson Aguilar. All the talk about Nelson Aguilar. He stunk yesterday. He did that one reverse. It was horrible. Then he disappeared. Matt Hollins, he had the stiff arm, the dingbat stiff arm. The shot went around the world. That was what initiated the trade. That shot initiated the trade. I have no doubt about it. If Matt Hollins doesn't play like he did yesterday, I don't think the Eagles are trading Jordan Matthews today. What Jordan Matthews got traded? Charles, the Eagles trade Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick to the Buffalo Bills for Ronald Darby. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Look, and I know we probably gave up too much. I know it. I know it. But you know what? I don't care because we got a corner that can play. I love it. I love this trade. Yeah, the 7 Gino. You need a timeout. You want to be a dingbat? Say stupid thing. You're a dingbat. Get a timeout, dingbat. Go in the corner with your bottle, with your bib and your diaper. That's what you got to do when you act like a dingbat. Very simple. Very, very simple. Look, this is a lot to give up. This is a lot to give up. But the Eagles did it anyways. You think Hollins is going to be the official for Wentz? No, I think Alshon is Wentz's number one guy. I think Alshon Jeffrey. We got what we got. What? What? Mark, I'm sorry. I missed. What I was saying was Matthews is a lot. You know, you gave up a lot. You gave up Matthews in a third. It seems like a lot to give up. But Matthews' value is probably low because he's in the last year of his contract. So you have to overpay to get a corner. And that's what they did. But they got a corner who's 23 years old, okay? Who's 23 years old and who's got a high ceiling, who's fast, who's definitely your number one corner right now, okay? And he's 23 years old. He's contracted for 2 years. He's on the team the next 2 years. He's not going to walk after this year. And next year he gets to play with Sidney Jones. Torrey needs to progress. I was very disappointed not to see anything from Torrey Smith. Honestly, I trade Jordan Matthews all the time for the same reason. Yeah. You think Darby will start immediately? however quickly it takes them to, adjust to, however quickly it takes them to adjust to the system and plan, he's going to start as soon as possible. I'm sure Darby wanted to be in NFC East. I don't know. Darby is good, but he's not a number one. He is on the Eagles. Who's better than him? He's good, but he's not number one. He's 23 years old. Look, just because a guy may not be this certain type or an all-pro right away, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to let a guy develop. Sometimes you get a guy because of what he is in 2 or 3 years, not just what he is right away. Everybody thinks that somebody's come in right away and they're just going to be shut down or not shut down. Sometimes it's, hey, this kid has got talent, and in 2 or 3 years, he's a Pro Bowler. And that's enough to go get a trade. Jordan Matthews was not good as a number one. He's not a number one receiver. Darby is our number one cornerback at 23. Let him shine. He's our number one this year. And guess what? Next year, you have Sidney Jones. Next year, you have Sidney Jones and him. You have young corners set for a long time. And for anybody that thinks that Darby stinks, if the Eagles thought that this guy was going to stink, they would never do this trade. If he stinks, if Darby comes in and has a horrible year, goodbye Howie Roseman, goodbye possibly Joe Douglas, you have to lose jobs over this. This is a big deal. This is a big time trade. Darby doesn't stink, I agree. Do I think Peterson can bring us to the playoffs? Honestly, I have my doubts about Doug Peterson. But those doubts are, they're outweighed by the faith I have in Carson Wentz as an elite quarterback. Because I think Carson Wentz is going to be so good, no. If Nelson doesn't produce, he's gone. Yeah, I agree. And I don't think he will produce. I think Mac Hollins is the guy. If Marshall was on the Eagles, you guys would be raving about him. I think Jordan Matthews is a dingbat. I don't believe he's a dingbat. I like Jordan Matthews a lot. I do. But I understand when a guy is gone. I understand when a guy is going to walk. What's the point of having him sit there all year and putting effort in him this year if he's going to walk? If he's going to walk, go get something for him. You guys have to think about it. The Eagles, they're not building a team over 4 or 5 years. The Eagles went out and put a lot into this year. A lot of one-year deals. Think about all the one-year deals they signed. They're going to go out and do that and put all this around Wentz and then let the whole thing burn down because they don't have a cornerback? No, that's why I said. That's why there's videos that I say there's going to be a big trade. They're going to make a big trade. This is the big trade. I hit it. Jackpot. Bing, 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 bing. Look. Bubbles. I hit it. Jackpot. The dingbat bubbles. Pop, 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 pop. Sorry, I always think it's weird they got bubbles. Is Aguilar the slot receiver? I think they'll go in this week with Aguilar as a slot receiver. But I think that Aguilar will be replaced quickly by Mac Hollins. I think Mac Hollins is the reason why the Eagles made that trade. They got some weird stuff. Some of it's like funky, psychedelic stuff. Michael Kendricks played good last night. Kelsey stays or go? Stays or no? I think Kelsey could be traded, but I don't think they're going to actively try. I don't like him though. Mac Hollins is natural. I think Mac Hollins is good in the slot. I think I want Mac Hollins right in the slot where he was. Because he's big, okay? He's got size, but he's got speed. You know what I mean? He kind of has what they talk about Aguilar and Matthews. He kind of has both put together. Do you know how many people are watching the stream right now? Yeah, 284. Pretty crazy. I love you, Philly. Please no time. All right, Gino. You got it, buddy. Mac Hollins will be the truth. Mac Hollins is the truth. That stiff arm. 2 stiff arms. Boom, boom. Goodbye. Howie Roseman. What a move. It was that quick. Derek Burnett had 4 and 2 sacks. What do you think? I think that I'm going to be doing an apology video, a crow video, probably midway through the season on Derek Barnett because he was awesome. I wanted Switzer, but not after. I'm sorry. I know Dallas keeps talking about Switzer. I'd rather have Mac Hollins. If you're the Eagles, what move do you make next? My next move is I want to see if I can get my center upgraded. I like Wisniewski. I wouldn't mind shopping Kelsey. I also want to get Matthews in there, and I want to get Ryan Matthews, and I want to cut him. As soon as he's healthy, I want to get rid of him. Those things I want to do. Look, if the kid from San Francisco, Carlos Hyde, really becomes available or really gets cut, I'm ready to jump on that. Can Pumphrey ball out? Pumphrey looked very scary. He looked like a deer in headlights. He also looked small. You know what I mean? You forgot the running game. No, I didn't forget it. That was a quick mac for a touchdown. Then bam, phone to Buff. As soon as that stiff arm, boom, boom, it was like shot heard around the world. I believe as soon as he did that, I believe Howie Roseman picked up the phone. Look, they probably were talking to Buffalo about this already. They had to be talking about Buffalo about this, I'm sure. I mean, it was like a three-way deal, right? So they had to be talking to Buffalo. I can guarantee you that play, the play of Mac Hollins probably pushed it over the line. Had to have. It had to have. How long do you think Jones will be out? Alter Eagles, I hope he's out all year. I don't want to rush him at all. Who is the starting running back in Philly? LeGarrette Blount right now. Look, Blount is a one-year fix. I don't think he's your long-term answer, but he's good enough for this year. I didn't see Wendell Smallwood last night. I want to see Wendell Smallwood. Where the hell was Wendell Smallwood? You don't want to talk about Douglas and future safety play. No, I don't. I'll talk about anything. I'm here. Why would I not want to talk about something? I'm here. I got 250-something people in here. Of course, I'll talk about anything. They shouldn't have thrown in the pick. Wendell Smallwood was apparently on the injured list. I didn't even know he was injured. You know what I mean? As far as Rasul Douglas playing safety, I got dingbat. You just get blocked, dingbat. I hate when they act like dingbats. You know what I mean? Goodbye. See you later, dingbat. Dingbats like that don't even need to come back. He's always injured. Yeah, he is always injured. You know what I mean? Smallwood, I had no idea Smallwood was injured. I didn't even know. Jones is playing this year. Trust me. Well, why do you want to play Jones? This is why does anybody want to risk Jones with his Achilles? Let him sit all year. Darby allowed 45 catches on 75 targets, 216, giving up 3 touchdowns and not picking off a single pass. Yeah, but you're looking at it wrong. Okay, you don't make a trade like this because what a guy did in 1 year or what a guy didn't do in 1 year. You make a trade like this because you're looking at his talent, his ability, his upside. The Eagles are saying to you, when they go out and trade Jordan Matthews in a third, what they're saying is if they can work with this kid, if they can teach this kid, he's going to be a very good player. You understand? That's what they're saying. So the Eagles are saying that this guy has talent. He has a lot of talent, and they can bring it out in him. That's why they trade for him. They don't care what he did in 2000. You guys put too much. Some people put too much into what happens in 1 year. A lot of things go and are involved in how things shape up. You also make trades for guys that you want to grow on your team, who have potential, who have upside. This guy is 23 years old. He has upside. What the Eagles are saying is that this is a kid who we believe will be a cornerback for our team for a long time, has talent, that we're going to give a third-round pick, and Jordan Matthews is a lot. That is a lot to give up. If I make that trade personally, if I'm taking a guy who's a third, if I'm trading a third-round pick in Jordan Matthews, I have to get a kid that has Pro Bowl potential. I have to get a kid who has a lot of potential. And that's why you make the trade. You know what I mean? Michael, nobody would like to do that to you because you're ugly. Now get in the corner, you dingbat. Darby has tremendous potential. Absolutely. Of course he has tremendous potential. That's why you make the trade. It ain't about the statistics of last year. Forget it. It's about potential. Potential. He does have, I agree, he probably does have Pro Bowl potential. That's why you do it. Howie Roseman stepped up this season. Howie Roseman knows how to come up with these trades that blow people away in the preseason. The Bradford thing, this thing, I love it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Definitely. So I think that you have to give Howie credit for that. But let me tell you, if this kid don't work out, if it's a problem, Howie Roseman is bye-bye. His job is on the line. He put his ass on the line for this. You know? I wouldn't play Sproles in the preseason at all. Maybe a little bit in the third. Yeah, I think Matt Collins is the reason why you go out and you make this trade, because of the way he played. I think Robinson's going to get cut, but he maybe. USA Rock, I don't think so, buddy. He's bigger than 2 inches. Do you think this would necessarily change the way that the cornerbacks operate? I don't know that it changes the way that they're going to operate, but I think it changes, you know, who they're going to have and what they're going to do with certain guys. I mean, this is a big time move. This is a big time move. We got Dingbat. Which one? You show me him, I'll take care of him. People sometimes look for too much. He's in his prime, 23-year-old. Why wouldn't you do that? He runs a 4.3. He runs a 4.3, does he? My gosh. 4.3, 23-year-old, 2 years left on contract. The kid is talented. Yeah, you don't make this trade because you said, oh, he didn't have any interceptions last year. He didn't do this. You don't look at it. You look at it and you put on the tape and you look at kid and you go, this kid has Pro Bowl potential. If we can get this kid to play a certain way, if we can teach this kid, if we can get this kid into our building and train him and teach him how to play, yes, you are going to have a Pro Bowl corner. That's how you look at it. And then they go out and you make the trade. You make the trade on potential. Yes, you are. What are Douglas' role now that he can switch to safety? I don't think he's going to switch to safety right now. I think he's still going to be a corner. He's still going to play a role in that. I mean, maybe they move him around. It'll be interesting to see what he is. Look, Rasul Douglas wasn't going to start at corner anyways. There's no way he was going to start at corner. Yeah, you think it was a weird decision? I think it was, look, I think this decision, and the reason why I said the Eagles would make a trade, is simple. It's because everything they did in the offseason was at risk of going down the drain because the cornerbacks were so bad. I don't think the Eagles knew how bad their corners were, you know? Yeah. As a running back game, didn't look good yesterday. No, it did not. Not at all. Yeah, Brooks is injured. I don't know how bad. I don't think it's that serious. Knowing now what we've seen in Buffalo, he wouldn't be a first-rounder all day. Well, of course, Buffalo Bills are going to say that. Buffalo fans would say that. That doesn't deter me at all. I understand how these guys are looking at the Eagles and the players that they bring in. You look at them on potential. Jordan Matthews was gone anyways. I got 3 fourth-round picks, and Jordan Matthews is going to go. Why not give up a third-round pick? I could get that back with my 3/4. I could get up to the second with my 3/4. So you do it. You know what I mean? No, it's not, Kareem. You know why it's not? Because he's worth more. He has more value than Aguilar. He's also in the last year of his contract. He was really the only option to trade there. It wasn't Aguilar. It was him. Do you think the Eagles will pick up another cornerback, or do you think Sidney Jones will? I don't think Sidney Jones is going to play this year. Do I think they bring in another corner? Maybe, but it'll be nothing this big. You know what I mean? Green Forest, the big move happened. I said it was going to happen. Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick to Buffalo Bills for Ronald Darby. All right, listen, guys. So I got work to do. I got to do an Eagles recap video. I'll probably do another video. Oh, wait, I got a dingbat. Now you're going forever. Goodbye, dingbat. Get the hell out of here. Don't mess with me with my intros, with my outros, whatever the hell he called. But listen, I got to go. I got to do some videos. Jordan Matthews and a third-round pick to Buffalo for Ronald Darby. I said a big trade was coming. It happened. It happened. Breaking news. And Zeke Elliott is out for 6 games. Even if he appeals, it's 4 games. Dallas is done. They're collapsing. Now you have it. The Eagles are contenders. They have a chance, a legitimate chance to win the NFC East. Yes. Take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.